Alright, since Black Clover Anime is catching up, and we as a community are all thinking theories regarding Julius anyway, I might as well discuss the theory regarding Julius and his bigger role in Black Clover, in which he may have done more than we think due to his time magic. Meaning, Julius has manipulated the situation for the greater good so that Asta could defeat the devil and help take a step towards ending discrimination as Julius wanted from the very beginning. Maybe Julius himself just saw the future, so he did not mind making a sacrifice like he did against Patri, who was pretending to be Licht, as we just saw in the anime recently. So let's cue the intro and get started, where I explain Julius manipulating everything behind the scenes. Before I provide my analysis, this video is brought to you by NordVPN. So if you go on dodgy websites, you go on public Wi-Fi like in the library or cafe, and you want to protect your privacy, you don't want to get hacked, you don't want people knowing what you're going on your browsing history, and an extra layer of protection, go check it out for 75% off, and you get 1 month extra for free if you use the code AnimeBallsDeep. And also, if you do not like the service, there is a full refund, so there's a money back guarantee. Don't be afraid to sign up and try it out. Now let's get started. So the theory and analysis has 3 major points that back up why it could be possible that Julius knew he had to help Asta, Yami, and everyone throughout his life, as he admitted it himself. He had to defeat Patri for the greater good. That is why he sacrificed himself in the first place. Now, point number 1 to why people think Julius played a bigger role in the future events of Black Clover is due to what his character can do. He can control time. Now, time travel and a plot device that revolves around something such as time is like a writer's wet dream, fam. This is because it allows an infinite amount of paths and possibilities the story can go. It oozes out creativity that could be molded into anything the writer, such as Tabata in this case, to what he wants to do with Black Clover. Oh, you want a flashback? Here, write that Julius did this. Oh, you need to give more exposition on the story? Use time. Oh, you need to bring a character back? Again, use time. I mean, look at every recent story that has used time as a plot device. Avengers Endgame, X-Men Days of the Future Past, Terminator, Interstellar. So some Black Clover fans are saying that Julius died way too soon and Tabata must have planned something for his character that could affect the future, and I think this is the case with his decision making and why he did what he did. Let me explain. For example, his name Novachrono, his last name, has the following meaning which can be interpreted metaphorically. Nova means a star that ejects some of its material in the form of a cloud and become more luminous in the process. A astronomical event that causes the sudden appearance of a bright, apparently new star that slowly fades over. Chrono stands for time. Therefore, the meaning of Novachrono is that Julius is a star because he is the representation of a bright light within the darkness that made a sacrifice through time for the greater good. This is why he has a star on his forehead, and this star fades away as he dies, just as the definition states. Julius did not have this star tattoo before, by the way. And about his grimoire form, it is likely because it symbolizes time, as time doesn't have a beginning or end. Some people say that Julius knew he had to sacrifice himself for the greater good and let Asta change the world eventually. What if Julius is the one that left Asta at the orphanage? Before Julius dies to Patri, we are explained how his magic works. Julius uses his magic attribute to manipulate time. He can accelerate, deaccelerate, stop, or even reverse the flow of time. The true nature of his magic is stealing time from those he targets. The time he has stolen is stored away as reserves, and he can use that power anytime he desires. His tremendous amount of magic power allows him to perform a spell that covers the entirety of the Clover Kingdom. So in his own words, by sacrificing himself, he is saving the future he stole, because he might have known the events that unfold in the manga that we know. He's sacrificing his own time that he stole to give it back to the world that he got it from. Asta ends up saving Patri anyway, and he becomes a good person and kills the devil that was going to destroy the kingdom. Julius is able to see the future. Theoretically, if he stored enough magic, he would be able to see 1 month, 1 year, or maybe 10 years in the future if he wanted to. Julius is 42 years old, so this is also plausible. On top of that, Julius is just like Asta. He stated himself that he wanted to end discrimination within the Clover Kingdom. He has a drive just like Asta, where he has the ability to unite people and push them towards what they can do due to his loving nature. In Black Clover chapter 145, we see Julius witness the disgust of nobles and how they do not value commoners and are basically prejudiced. Julius Julius says himself in chapter 145, while they possess high magic power, they use it only for their benefit. There's no other reason why. Why do they bother living? I was continuing to search my purpose for the Magic Knights. That is when he truly did find his purpose, as he witnessed Zora's father die, but he was inspired by him for being the first commoner to be a Magic Knight. Julius throughout his life has been trying to change the kingdom for the greater good, and that is why he is involved in every main character's backstory, such as Yami, who he nurtured for him to become a captain. He also helped William Vengeance also be a captain, and now he's helping Asta to defeat the devil. Julius states on page 8 of chapter 145 that with his power and status, with all the hard work and changes he has made, it's not like it changes dramatically, but gradually, certainly, little by little, this country's civilians are beginning to change. Julius admits he purposefully has been manipulating the country for the greater good from the very start. Julius did not use 100% of his power or kill Patri, who was pretending to be Licht, because for this very reason, for example, Julius knew that William Vengeance was being used by Patri, who is Licht. He did not want to kill William, therefore he was trying to capture this supposed Licht person instead of killing them straight away. However, just as we saw, Licht, known as Patri, saw his greatest weakness, that being the Wizard King causes him to protect the kingdom and its citizens, so he ends up sacrificing himself. In Black Clover chapter 145 page 4, Patri admits that he cannot defeat Julius. He says it himself, he's not strong enough, therefore he will use humans as his weakness to defeat him. Fans can argue that Julius knew all of this would happen since he saw the future. He has that ability. He knew Asta would help defeat the devil in the future and bring William Vengeance back. Julius is the reason why all the events that we are watching in Black Clover have happened in the first place, as we all know. Like when we started Black Clover, Julius is the one who used his transformation magic and took the form of another human being. Now, out of sheer coincidence, Julius, pretending to be a woman, witnesses Asta against Bronzaza to see his true caring nature of being a great commoner with true potential that treats people fairly. After witnessing Asta's potential, Julius is also the one that assigns Asta on a mission to explore a newly emerged dungeon by sending a formal letter to Yami. Julius then invites Asta to meet and see his anti-magic abilities, and somehow he already knew Asta's and Yuno's name, and he says only he is capable of wielding the sword because he lacks any magical power. Julius then invites the young knights to attend a war ceremony, making Asta aware of the discrimination that he sees between the nobles and royals, and Julius also saves Asta later on against the Eye of the Midnight Sun. Julius believes that the leader of the Eye of the Midnight Sun was the one behind the light magic, which he ends up being right on this assumption, by the way. What if he used his time magic to see all of this? Julius also is the one that decided to leave vital information from the public, such as his suspicion of a traitor within the Magic Knights, so he's manipulating the situation for his benefit to end discrimination and expose the royals. Julius requests that Yami and Asta meet with him in his office, and he explains to Asta about the magic stones and the grand magic zones, and requests that the Black Bull squad recover the magic stone in the Seabed Temple. Several days later, Julius meets with the Black Bulls in his office, and he congratulates them on their successful mission, having secured the magic stones. Somehow, Julius knew Asta and Yuno's name before he even met them, as I stated. Before he even held Asta's sword, I knew he had anti-magic, which points towards him knowing of Asta, and he took a keen interest in him from the very start. So I'm gonna stop there because by now you get the point. Julius has been intricate to every arc in Black Clover. When Julius dies, he states, "The next generation is growing so strong. Moreover, the next generation is budding by my wish. My wish is upheld by the next generation of Magic Knights." He also states, "The things I had my eye on, the future I tried to make, I believed it wasn't that far off. A country without discrimination or hate. A new future that I'd made for you." And then it pans to Asta saying the exact same thing to Raya. In addition to this, in Black Clover chapter 211, where Julius has a flashback with Yami, where he states, "I've been watching you this all time. You can do it, Yami." So this just further proves the fact that Julius was helping everyone from the very start because he is interested in helping to create a future of no discrimination. Yami, William, and Asta, for example, help succeed this due to the prejudice that they have suffered from society themselves, and they can help shape this for him. Maybe Julius knew this all along. When Julius states to Patri in their fight that he would win in the end and the kingdom he wants to create will come true, he means his philosophy will win in the end, not Patri, who is pretending to be Licht to destroy human beings. Remember in Naruto where the Will of Fire concept gets passed down generation to generation? Well, Julius kind of represents that, as he has affected all the people that were under him to make a change for the greater good. Now, Julius's philosophy ends up winning in the end, because in the end, chapter 213, it is revealed that Julius's ideology is coming true and Patri loses by giving back William vengeance. That's why Julius didn't kill him. Realistically speaking, Julius having time magic was pretty overpowered. Some fans say Julius died way too soon and it was a mistake by Tabata to get rid of him so fast, and I tend to agree with this because I thought he was a wonderful character that we would want to see more of. Let me know your opinion in the comment section below, but maybe Tabata felt as though time magic was really difficult to write for and it would cause problems for the future of the plot. Hopefully he will give us a reason in an interview one day on why he decided to end his life. I mean, what if Julius is the one that left Asta and Yuno at the church because he knew the future that they would be important to finish the philosophy of ending discrimination in the first place? If this happens to be the case in the future, some may not even consider it to be an ass pull because Julius himself stated that he can see the future with his magic. This may be the reason as to why he was so invested in certain characters, since they play a major role later on in the plot. So at the end of the day, I hope you understand now as to why Julius decided to sacrifice himself, as well as the theory to what may be possible on what his story may be. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I've said that twice now, but I really would like to know. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter, and I'll see you guys next time.